English alphabet has 26 letters, and you can use those letters to make up the names of various WWE superstars. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing my friend Wheezy. How are you, Wheezy?
I'm fabulous, thank you.
Wonderful. I'm going to be showing her the entire English alphabet, and I have picked what I think is the best WWE superstar whose name starts with that letter, and Wheezy's going to try and guess who I picked. Wheezy, are we in sync? Do you think you can guess what is in the brain, the workings of Santi?
No, I absolutely don't know what I don't know what goes on in the brain of Santi, but I can throw something at the wall and try.
I don't think you want to know what's happening in the brain of Santi, honestly.
I absolutely don't. Don't tell anybody.
And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're a wrestling fan, we upload daily wrestling content, so go ahead and subscribe. All right, Wheezy, here is the letter A. There's a lot of options that you could go with, but who do you think I believe is the greatest WWE superstar? I've tried to keep it like exclusively WWE to help you, that starts with the letter A.
There's so many.
I know.
The pool is large, and I don't know how your brain works, like we said. But if I'm gonna pick one, because I'm going off of the first thing that pops in my mind too.
Okay.
So the first one I think of is AJ Styles.
Bang! 1 for 1. Let's go.
That's so exciting.
Let's get it. Okay, so my brain sees AJ Styles as a bona fide Hall of Famer, even without his WWE run. Like, I think did you ever get to watch TNA AJ Styles?
I've gone back and watched some of it, but not a whole lot.
It's like majestic. Like literally, it's like one of the coolest wrestling, like 5-year stretch of a wrestler outside of the WWE. I always recommend people to go back and watch some AJ Styles stuff, but his WWE run alone as well has him as like one of the goats for me.
And his beautiful hair. Oh my God.
Yeah, that like 40-year-old soccer mom. Like he looks like he's gonna bring orange slices to the kids. B. What could B?
That I don't know. I don't know.
Do you have a guess for B?
I have only one that's popping in my head right now, but I don't think that it's the right answer. It's Big E is who comes in.
Ooh, you went with Big E. You went a little bit more modern. See, I thought that you were gonna go into my brain and think that like I'm an Attitude Era guy, which I'm actually not. But you were actually a little bit off. We went with Brock Lesnar.
How did I not think of that? How did I not think of that? That's my dog. That's my boy.
That is your dog. I know. I respect the Big E choice, but Brock Lesnar leaps and bounds better than Big E.
Oh, I hope he never sees this. He's going to be so disappointed in me.
He is. The letter C. This, I honestly think, has endless choices. There is so many to go with. What comes to mind? Well, I guess what do you think comes to my mind when I think of a wrestler that starts with the letter C?
And you keep asking what goes on in your mind, and dude, I don't know. C, one of my greatest of all time is Chris Jericho. That's who I think of.
Oh, okay. I honestly, depending on the mood of when I made this, I would have gone with Chris Jericho, but I don't know, man. I was feeling a little bit extra fabulous, and I went with Charlotte.
Oh, that's a good one.
I went with Charlotte. Like, I think if I put their accolades side by side, like, you know, we completely ignore the fact that one is female, one is male. Like, I think that Charlotte is in the conversation for one of like the most accomplished WWE superstars of all time.
I wouldn't have thought you would pick Charlotte.
I think I had Chris Jericho at one point here, and I was like, no, I'm going with Charlotte instead.
That's another one of my girls. Oh, yeah, I'm failing.
Yeah. Well, you started off hot, but you're going a little bit cold here. Let's see if we can get you back in the win column.
Downhill from here. This is usually how it goes for me.
D. The dreaded D. What do you think? Who do you think I believe is the greatest WWE superstar that starts with the letter D?
So I'm torn between going modern and going older.
Oh.
I'm torn because I'm thinking of two.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go with the older one because I don't feel like that's going to happen. So
okay, who was the older one that you're not going to go with?
DDP.
Okay, so you're not going with DDP.
No.
Okay, so who are you locking in?
Drew McIntyre.
Yes! Let's go. I almost went Daniel Bryan here. Yeah. I almost went Daniel Bryan here, but his run the last couple of years has just been majestic, and he's like body goals for me.
Oh my God, he's a buff king.
I know. He's got so much meat on him.
He's meaty.
He's a big meaty lad. The letter E. This is like a wrestling version of Sesame Street here. The letter E. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter E.
This one's a quick one. Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a quick one. It is a quick one. The Latino in me almost went Eddie Guerrero. Almost.
Oh, yeah.
I think I feel like if I was playing this game with somebody and they had Eddie, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that
Eddie.
makes sense.
Makes sense. But Edge, yeah, it's sadly been around much longer than Eddie, sadly. There's not a lot of options here. That's the thing.
There's not.
No.
I'll tell you. You know what? This isn't my answer, but the first one that popped into my mind was Fandango. But that's not my answer.
You know what? When I was making this, I'm like, the only one I can think of is Fandango. I almost put him because I thought he was the only one that started with the letter F.
It's a fair answer, but Finn Balor.
It is Finny boy. Finn boy, Finn Balor. Well done. Okay, you're getting on a roll now. You've got more right than you have wrong.
That's an accomplishment for me. It's a huge one.
G. I don't remember who I have for G. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember.
G. Oh, that goes back to someone old too. And that's definitely, the internet will lose their mind if I say it. Like, how could you say that? How could you pick him? It's the only thing I can think of right now. Goldberg.
It was the only thing I could think of too.
Oh my God.
It was literally the only one I could think of. But I mean, like, I know the internet hates him, but like, he's still an icon, right?
For sure.
Absolutely. He's absolutely still an icon. But yeah, I think like the cool thing is to hate Goldberg, right?
It is. Well, yeah. And I get it, but he's an icon.
Yeah. The letter H.
Hulk Hogan.
I actually went with Hornswoggle. I'm just kidding. I went with Hulk Hogan.
You were dead serious for a minute.
No.
Not even fair. Not even
fair.
For
sure, I went with Hulk Hogan. I think he was like the de facto choice. I think my older viewers might be thinking like a Harley Race. So
yeah.
Before people start commenting Harley Race, sorry, I'm 30, all right? Some of you might think that that's old enough to be in the Harley Race days. It isn't, all right? Some of you think that, all right? This Hulk Hogan is like a cutoff for like the older generation of wrestlers that I know, honestly.
See, we were cut off of Hulk Hogan too, because we had him in his return. Like he was in the NWO by the time we really got to see him. We didn't get to see him, in the late 80s heyday.
Exactly, yeah. Like
we weren't a thought.
Yeah, we weren't there. The letter I. Ooh. Here's the thing. I made this when I was not fully coherent. We'll just say that so that I don't get demonetized on YouTube. So I don't remember half of these. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not remember half of these. What did I put for the I?
I can only think of Io Skye.
Maybe I did put Io Skye. That's what you want to lock in?
I love that you don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to lock in, and you're going to find out at the same time as me.
I locked in. Oh, Iron Sheik. Oh. Yeah, Sheiky baby. Have you ever seen his Twitter?
Oh, of course.
Oh, his Twitter. I think I picked him purely for his Twitter because I wasn't around for
He's an icon.
Yeah, for the heyday of the Iron Sheik, but interviews and Twitter alone put him on here as my favorite.
He would be so angry that just before this we talked about Hulk Hogan.
I know.
And now we're talking about him. Oh, he would be so angry.
I know he'd be very upset. Rest in peace, Sheiky baby. We miss your tweets. A letter J.
That's a weird looking J.
That is. It's like it didn't complete the process of Jing.
There's no hook there.
Yeah, it was trying to J, but it only J'd halfway.
This is the only one where I feel like I can get into your brain, and if this isn't the answer, I'm gonna be really pissed. John Cena.
Of course, it's John Cena. Like, it's not even. It wasn't even a discussion. Even incoherent version of Santi knew that the greatest of all time is Juan Jonathan Cena, of course.
Juan Jonathan.
Where do you have John Cena in your goats?
He's, when I talk about top fives, he's never in my top five, but he absolutely should be. My dad and I were just talking about him last night. My dad was like, "Who's that guy that was in the movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell?" And I'm like, I have no idea. I had to Google it. And I'm like, "You're talking about John Cena?" And he's like, "Yeah, he seems like such a good dude.
He does seem like a good dude, right? He's just one of those guys that I wanted to win in life. Okay, anyways, I'm done gushing about John Cena because half my comments just call me a John Cena fanboy.
You are.
That's true. The letter K.
Kane.
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know what I put for K. I don't actually know what I put for K. That is actually a really good one. Other ones I think in play. Actually, I think the only other one in play is Kurt Angle. I think that's the only other one in play. All right. My brain went with
Oh, you went with Kurt Angle.
I went with Perk
That's
and
solid
Kurt
answer.
Angle. Yeah. Yeah, no. You know what? Santi from the other night, I like your answers. Well done.
It's like speaking to another version of yourself that's not here.
Honestly, this is cool. It's almost like a time capsule of my choices from a different night. All right, the letter L.
Again, the L looks cut off.
It does.
L. Lita. Again, that's my brain. That's my brain.
No, that very well could also be my brain. Lita is an icon of the era of wrestling that I grew up with, but I don't think I went Lita. I think
Logan Paul. Logan Paul.
Are you kidding? What do you mean? Why are you shocked? He's the greatest. He is the greatest WWE superstar that starts with an L. He's amazing.
I hate that I agree with you. I know, but there's still just like that knee-jerk reaction whenever his name is brought up or I see him. I'm like, oh, again, Logan Paul. But then I see him. I'm like, no, he's so good.
I am slightly upset with myself that I didn't go with Lita, but I'm also loving myself for going with Logan Paul and not carry what the haters
Yeah,
think.
I mean, this was a solid answer.
The letter M.
I feel like there's so many.
There's
M's.
quite a few, but who do you think I believe is the greatest WWE superstar to start with the letter M?
I've never even heard you talk about him, but Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy. You know what? I've never talked about him because I don't hold him in that high regard when it comes to the GOATs, but I don't actually remember who I picked. So let's see. Mick Foley.
Yeah. I love Mick Foley. He's such a sweetheart. He's so nice.
Have you met him before?
Yeah, he's so nice. So sweet.
Where did you meet him? Like a meet and greet?
Squared Circle Expo. It was a convention.
Nice.
I was walking next to him down the hallway. We were bumping shoulders, and I was just like, "Hey, Mick, how are you doing?" He goes, "Hi, sweetheart. I'm doing good. How are you doing?" And then I went to one of his panels. We were like on our way to one of his panels. He was so sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah, he just seems like one of those genuinely good dudes. The letter N. N for Neil deGrasse Tyson. Who's the greatest wrestler to start with the letter N?
Can I just have a throwaway? Can I just not even try right now? Because I want to say an answer.
Just say it.
Nia Jax.
Oh, God. I feel like if I was trying to anger the internet, that's what I would have gone with.
That's what I'm going for. Give me the smoke.
All right, the smoke. Nia Jax, the greatest wrestler to start with the letter N. I went with Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella?
Oh, come on. Better than Nia Jax.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I wouldn't have expected that from you, but that's a good answer.
Yeah, carried the Divas division through the darkest times.
Another one that I would have, Natalia.
Yeah, Natalia would have been a great answer as well.
That's another one where the smoke is coming out of people's ears like, how dare you say that?
It's the cool thing to hate Natalia these days, which is so lame because okay, all right, she's maybe the 10th most interesting female WWE superstar right now, but there was a time where she was like the only one that was doing like technical wrestling when it was all modeling. So I always hold her in really high regard because of that, because she was carrying. Oh.
You know what I'm gonna say.
I know that you know what was going through my head with the letter O.
They need to rise and respect Omos.
The Homo sapiens. Yes.
If that's not what you said, okay.
I did. So I think for this one, I was like, okay, I'm going with Omos, but like for the laughs and the memes, but I truly believe Owen Hart is actually the better in this world. Yeah. But I mean, I had to put Omos in here. I don't know how the editor is keeping score, by the way. Sure. Give her that one. All right, editor, give her that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The letter P. Peter.
There's not a lot of P's, are there?
I don't think so, because I'm going to be honest, again, I don't remember what I picked.
So it's not a wrestler, but we're going to go with Paul Heyman.
Bang! Let's go!
His hair's even colored in that picture. Good job, Paul. He looks younger there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It had to be Paul Heyman, though, right? Like, even though he's not a wrestler, like, he's first ballot Hall of Famer, like, the greatest of all time at what he does. It had to be Paul Heyman.
Said it himself. He's the GOAT. He said it himself.
He did. I mean, would you imagine trying to disagree face to face with Paul Heyman, trying to tell him that he's not the GOAT?
No, I wouldn't even try.
No, your career's over. He'd destroy you right there. Q.
What could you possibly... What could you have possibly come up with?
Honestly, this may just have been a game of I've got nothing to pick here, so I'm just going to put the one thing or one of a few things that are in the letter Q.
Okay, yeah, because there's so many of those things. The only I'm like, oh, well, the Queen, Charlotte, like that's what I think. So you're like, nah, that's not what I did. What how do you even remember what you did?
I actually do, because I had to do so much digging to find somebody with the letter Q. All right.
Okay, well, humor me.
All right. So I went with Queen Charmel. Booker T's wife during the whole King Booker thing.
That's fair.
I mean, I had nothing else. I honestly, for some reason, I almost put a picture of a quiche up there. It was, or a quilt. I couldn't think of anything.
Quail Man from Doug.
Me matey. The Lone Pirate.
I feel like there's a lot of R's too, but
there are a lot of R's.
Go gut instinct. The first one that came to mind was Rey Mysterio.
Ooh, okay. So this might have been unfair, but for the rules of this, anybody that starts with I don't include the T. I don't include them in the T's.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is
Rock. Okay.
I put the Rock. Rey Mysterio is a great choice. Actually, Rey Mysterio, like in my pecking order of like favorites of all time, is like fourth, but Rock is second. So just bring it. S.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Hey,
it had to be Stone Cold. What? Yes, we could. Don't start this. We will go back and forth for hours. But yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There you go. Attitude Era guys that watch me that think I don't know wrestling simply because I was basically a fetus during it. All right. You know, kind of shocking that I don't love the Attitude Era because I wasn't watching during the Attitude Era. Funny how that works. Anyways, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's a lot of resentment.
There is a lot of resentment. Dude, the Attitude Era is, you know what, editor, keep this in. Attitude Era fans are so gatekeepery. They're so gatekeepery. Like, sorry, I was 6 and couldn't watch wrestling at the time. I can't help that. Anyways.
It's okay, let it out.
T.
So that's the thing about the T. You have to eliminate all of the thes.
There's no thes.
Because there's no thes.
There's no thes.
So there's two things. There's two that I can think of. I'm gonna tell you both.
Tell me both.
You know who Test is? Because I thought of Test.
I was a Testicle. That was the name of his fans. Yeah.
All right.
I was a Testicle. Clearly, maybe you were a Testicle too. You just didn't know you were one.
I just didn't know. You know, we didn't have the internet at that time to dub me a Testicle. So thank God. The other one, Top Dollar.
But no, I actually went Triple H. But
that's a trick question. How is
that a trick question? H. What are you thinking? He's 3 H's? No. He's Triple H.
No, he's 3 H's. It's H.
Okay.
H.
Comment section, there's your debate for the video. Is Triple H an H or is he a T? I believe he's a T. But is he as good as Top Dollar? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think Top Dollar takes that.
I can't believe you were able to dig into my brain and grab Top Dollar.
Ain't no hotter than Top Dollar. A lot of. I had to hear that all weekend.
Gosh. The letter U. You crank that Soldier Boy. Now watch me. Ooh.
Crank that Soldier Boy. Undertaker.
Yeah, it's Undertaker.
Hey.
If I had included him in the T's, I would have likely gone Umaga because I think one is the only option. I think it would have been a pretty good one. But yeah, it's Marky Mark the Undertaker. We're coming towards the end here. We're on the letter V's.
This is a controversial answer. This is a very controversial answer. But Val Venus.
Ooh, you went with Val Venus. Yeah, I mean, I hear it. But I think you should have gone with the same logic as P because I went with Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Didn't even cross my mind. Why did you pick Do-Rag Vince?
Because he's a menace. He's the greatest menace to ever grace the WWE. I honestly, I've broken down the greatest menaces in WWE history. Number 1 is Bald Randy Orton. Number 2 is Do-Rag Vince McMahon. He did it all. He was a sexist, a bigot, and a racist all combined into one. And he made it into a character whenever he put on that do-rag. Amazing.
I can't argue with it.
W. I don't remember what I put for this.
I can only think of one person.
Who would that be?
Wade Barrett.
Maybe I could see me going with Barrett. Oh, William Regal.
Oh, William Regal.
Yeah,
That's a better answer.
That's a better answer.
Oh,
good
I love
job.
William Regal.
Yes. War Games. Good job past me going William Regal. That's a good choice. But Wade Barrett, I don't discount that choice. I think that's a really good underrated choice.
Thank you.
X.
There's not a lot of options here.
I think there's two.
If I had to think of where your brain goes, is mine going in the other one. I'm going to say Xavier Woods.
I did get rated X and rated R like my boy, Xavier Woods. Yeah, I think the other one was X-Pac, but I think that would have been the same conversation as Triple H because he could have been like Sean Waltman. He could have been 1, 2, 3 Kid. He could have been a bunch of different things. But yeah, I mean, it's Xavier Woods. That's not a bad choice. I mean,
no, it's a great choice.
Yeah.
He just came back. He's fabulous. Love him.
Yeah. Why? Why did I include this letter? Because it's part of the alphabet. That was fucking stupid. Anyway.
Why? It's the only thing that I can think of, which is Yokozuna.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that is there. Honestly, I don't think that there's anything else aside from Yokozuna in the letter Y.
I don't think there is.
But hey, multi-time world champion, Hall of Famer, like it's a good answer for best of all time that starts with the letter Y. Okay, what do you call this?
Z.
It's a Z. It's a Z.
Z. Why do you call it a Z?
I don't know. That's what our
You can't
British
drop that and then not explain.
Our British overlords. You really don't know. In Canada, we say Z. We don't say Z.
I've never been to Canada, Santi.
Yeah, it's LMNOPQRSTUV WXYZ. Now you know my ABC. It's Z.
Y'all make fun of us. All right, that's fair.
Hey, I'm just saying, it was the British that invented the language. I figured they would know. If they call it Z, so should we. Anyways, America, right?
That's a Z.
Okay, all right, so a Z. Who did I go with?
God bless the USA to all my Americans out there. Zelina Vega.
Bang! It is Zelina Vega. I don't actually know what else I could have gone with. I think there is actually there was the one-legged wonder, Zach Gowen.
Zach Ryder.
Zach Ryder would have been a great option here.
Woo.
Yeah, but I had to go with my girl Zelina, the only good thing of the LWO. That's right, I said it. I said it. Santos Escobar, or Escobar, as many of you call him. I'm done with him. Wheezy, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Wheezy Blonde.
That's it. Nice and easy. All right, everybody, get the hell out of here.